Hi guys, this is part 2 of your 8.3 returning player guide. The Legendary Cloak questline is notoriously long, so I've got to skip for this scenario in Eldam. If you haven't, unfortunately you're going to have to do the solo instance to get to this point. This carries on from our Get Your Neck to 50 guide. If you've come from that video, you'll notice I'm now on a Demon Hunter because the class is absolutely broken and makes this a lot easier. Same rules in this guide as all the ones in the series. All the RP will be skipped because I find it an absolute waste of time. I play the game for the game, not for the RP. After you've spoken to the Crystal Dwarf Man, we need to go to Ramakon, wherever, and hand in the quest here. Speak to the Lion Horseman and click on the table. We're going to skip the RP. And now click on the Horseman again, the Lion Horseman, and say you'll join him for something. And then a bit more RP, so I'll skip that too. Then hand in the quest again. And we now need to complete an assault in Eldam, which also gives you an essence for your neck, which is really nice. After accepting that, you have to speak to the half panther, half horse thing, who will then show you the current assault. Don't do what I did and run outside. Accept all the dailies, although they don't really push forward the Legendary Cloak. You may as well do them while you're here. This part of the Legendary Cloak quest line requires you to get 100% in the assault. So when we look at the map now, the little eye in the center of the map will show you your percentage towards the cache of the Black Empire. We need to get that to 100% to kill the mini-boss in the zone. So once you've done that, I've skipped all that for you, you head up to this little floaty island up the top here, trying to avoid the flying worms because they will slow your flying speed, which is really, really annoying. And why Blizzard made them flying worms, I'll never know. Once you're up here, proceed to kill Squidman. He's got a lot of abilities which don't really hurt. Even with low gear, you can pretty much avoid everything except for the pools on the floor, which he's dropping now. He just dropped that purple circle on the floor. Everything else, you can pretty much stand in. Look, there's a giant worm again. But don't worry, the giant worms can only affect you when you're actually mounted. So, once you've killed him, bang. He doesn't drop anything, by the way. You just go back now and hand in back at Ramakon. Ramakon. However you say it. Go back there, hand it in. Whenever I fly down from this platform, because potentially you'll have to do it twice a week, I fly straight downward to get out of the range of the wormy boys as quick as possible. Every zap from a worm will reduce your flight speed by 10%. Right, now we need to hand in the quests. So hand in to the panther horse thing. And then go hand in to Amet, who has got the cache. In the cache should be a piece of equipment. And for me it was a wrist. And of course I already had a 440 corrupted wrist. So for me, it was no good. Good RNG as usual. Thanks, Blizz. Hand in the rest of the quest to the king, who gives you your essence and directs you back to Crystal Dwarf Man, back in the Chamber of Heart. Unfortunately, there's no portal in Eldam, so it's a good old Hearthstone job. Back in the chamber, we face our old nemesis of enforced RP, where they're looking at some hologram things and flashing their hands around magically. Once the RP is done, you can hand in the quest. The good old transparent Scottish dwarf then sends us on our way to Cynlai Summit. Here we are outside Mogushan Palace. I'll show you on the map for convenience sake where we are, because you have to take 3 portals to get here. So, now that we're here, speak to a green Mogu man who double crosses us and eventually falls over on the floor. Maybe he's really embarrassed, I don't know. But after this, 3 people attack us, 3 buzzing insect men things, and we just need to kill them off. As usual with Bliss, we have to get through the enforced RP before we're actually allowed to fight them. Do some AoE, kill them off, and then we can speak to the dwarf, who then sends us over to Green Moguman, and then Green Moguman, obviously not dead, just embarrassed on the floor, directs us over to the Vale. So let's go to the Vale. Considering this is a guide, I will show you on the map where we need to go. That is where we need to go. So let's fly over to the Vale. Boom, that was quick. Here we are, outside, and we'll go in and speak to Lawwalker Chow, the Panda Man. So Panda Man is going to ask us to look at quite a few books around the room, and as you can see, there's a lot of books. So this quest I'm actually going to show you in full to show you the locations of each book. So that is one. This is book number 2. Book number 3 is over there by the pillar, and then once you've got that one, book number 4 is on the wall. Once you've collected these books, you can then hand in the quest to Panda Man. He does try and wander away from you to stop you from taking the next quest for some reason. Run after him, accept the quest, and then go and kill some Mogu in the Vale, because we need to get the Mogu scouting report, which is quite a low drop rate in that area there. So I've flown over to this area because this is the area I find with the biggest group of these things we need to kill. So yeah, let's kill these things. I think I had to kill about 10 in the end, so I skipped all the 10 because you don't want to see me kill 10, and then you get the Mogu scouting report. Now we have to go back to the Panda Man. So let's go back to the Panda Man over there, finding the Rajani. We now hand in the quest to Panda Man, who is eager to look at the report. So much so that I didn't know if we had to click on him again, but then I saw Magni. Oh, there he is. Scottish Dwarf Man, let's go talk to you. Scottish Dwarf Man then tells us that we have to go to the other side of the Vale to speak to someone else. No port, so you have to fly. To there, to the number 1 on the map. Thanks, Blizz. They do make some things easy. Get your flight point, and then go to the blue circle in the minimap, top right, which is this Mogu Shiny Man. Mogu Shiny Man then has got a bit of RP that you have to get through, and then, oh, lo and behold, a skippable RP thing, and now we get to talk to Raden. Thanks, Raden. I'll kill you later in the raid. Shiny Mogu Man has now come in to stand next to Raden. He's going to give us a quest, much like Uldum, where we have to complete the assault in Vale. This time the quest reward will be an Azerite piece, which is nice, 430 if you're low geared. So same deal as in Uldum, accept all the dailies, which are located either in this room or just outside with some of the panda. Once you've done all that, then this is the mini boss of Vale, Krivin, a big bug, which is a very, very easy encounter. Kill Krivin, which completes the assault. As if to catch you out, Blizzard have changed the NPC you hand into. It's no longer Shiny Mogu Man, it is now Panda Woman outside. To continue the legendary questline, we have to go inside, speak to Raden, accept whatever reward you want off him. Remember, he's given Azerite gear. Also, you may as well hand in your other dailies to Shiny Mogu Man and the armourer guy if they're there. So yeah, here we are, Raden. Select the one you want, and then he's now going to send us to another scenario. Just like the one in Uldum that I skipped, I now feel bad for skipping, so I'm going to show you this one in the Vale. This expansion, Blizzard have made it almost mandatory to play a class with a speed boost, just for getting outside from places like this. Okay, let's go over now, back to where Pandaman was, to do the Engine of Nalaksha scenario solo instance thing. For those observant few, you will notice Mogushan Palace. Yes, this is the instance from MOP. They've just rejigged it now with a few different NPCs and a few puzzles for this scenario. Magni is also with us, and he does a really nice big stun like he did there. Anyway, kill your way through all these, get to this puzzle. If you're not a demon hunter, good luck, because that bit really sucks when you can't fly over it. When you get past anyway, click the lever, and then we have to go down the disappearing stairs. They have now reappeared. So, if you remember in Mogushan Palace, the dungeon, we chase Saurak down here. Well, quite similar in this, there's Sauraks down here for us now to kill. So, proceed to kill all the Sauraks along the way here. Eventually you get to this puzzle, which is simply push this one single statue onto that pad, and once you've done that, it opens up a new secret room, which is that big door on the left. So there we go. That was really hard. Thanks, Blaze. That really toiled my brain. You and your shiny dwarf mascot boy now go into stage 4, and in stage 4, shock horror, there will be even more things to kill. What you need to realize on this stage of this encounter is, don't worry about killing all the things if you don't have to. All you really need to do is click the interactable objects like that and the brain in the floor or big mouth Cthulhu thing, and then click the tentacle and the eyes on the walls and everything like that. So this is me completing it. So you need to get to 100, and basically each one gives you like 2 or 3 out of the 100, so you have a lot to click. And now we're on to stage 6. Stage 6 requires you to go downstairs. So down these stairs now, we're changing the type of mob we kill to the bug guys. What are they called? Klaxi, is it? So we're killing the Klaxi, kill all these guys, which eventually takes us down into the final summoning. Finally you say. Yeah, now we gotta kill the tentacles and the big eye. So as you kill a tentacle, more tentacles spawn, so concentrate your DPS on the eye rather than the tentacles. Oh great, more RP. Skip that. Thank you, Blizz. Come on, Crystal Dwarf man. I can barely see you. It's like he's camouflaged. Okay, anyway, once you're done there, go back to Raden and hand in the quest. Raden gives you another essence for your neck and asks you to go back to the Chamber of Heart. But this time, he's being really nice. He is going to port you. Thank you, Blizzard, for saving my Hearthstone. Okay, unfortunately, even though they were quite nice, they've taken away by enforcing this RP walk on us. So let's all RP walk behind the Crystal Dwarf man and Raden, because yeah, we're cool. We're cool boys. We can now hand in the quest to Magni, and Magni will give us the essence for our neck. So with this next little bit of enforced RP, shock horror, we can take this opportunity to put the new essence in our neck, because they want to show us another hologram. Thanks, Blizz, for the holograms. Okay, once the RP is over, then you can hand in the quest. The next quest is to run around the room, clicking 4 glowy boxes on the floor. So this is a really important stage of the Legendary Cloak questline, as you can imagine. These 4 boxes are obviously of great value to someone somewhere. Fantastic. There we go. Oh, there's only 3 boxes. Speak to Mother, the giant robot woman, and she will then continue with some more enforced RP. Thank you, Thank you, Blizz. Oh, it's another hologram. Amazing. Just what we always wanted. And RP walk back. Okay, let's hand in the quest. This is where the quest line reminds me of vanilla WoW, because now we have to go all the way back to Oldham. Good job we've got portals, okay? Personally, I portal this through Orgrimmar. You can fly, of course, from Silithus to Oldham. Totally up to you, but I'm going to skip this so you don't have to see these million portals, okay? That's where we need to go down there. Basically sending us back to do another little scenario, because Blizzard love these solo scenarios to get you your Legendary Cloak. Okay, here we are back in Eldam after flying or portaling, whatever you chose. And we have to speak to the Scottish Dwarf man once again. You getting a theme here for this expansion? Okay, let's go in. Here we are now in the halls of Origination for this most important scenario where you dodge the brown circles on the floor, which is the rocks falling from the ceiling, only to wait in there as Magni goes away. And then you have to wait another 20 seconds before you then are ported to. Great. I really appreciated that. Thank you, Blizz. Okay, now we have to do the really important part. That is run up these stairs, run over this field of sand, avoiding the tornadoes. It helps if you've got speed buffs or swiftness potions, maybe, if you haven't got a class with speed boosts. Luckily, I'm a demon hunter. Anyway, click on this thing, and now we're gonna die, because you cannot complete this bit of the questline. It is here to enforce a death on you. This stage of the Legendary questline will make sense once you have your Legendary Cloak, because you're sent back here to do this again, but this time you don't get the insta-death, because your Legendary Cloak blocks the sanity drain. That's the idea behind it. Anyway, you port it back to the Chamber of Heart, and oh, we're nearly there. There's the Legendary Cloak. But before we can get it, we have to go to Blackrock Mountain. So go to Orgrimmar, take the portal to Twilight Highlands, because that is the quickest way to get there. And now, if like me, you haven't got the fly point to Burning Steps or Searing Gorge, you have to manually fly all that way. So basically you just head for the biggest hill in the distance, which happens to be Blackrock Mountain. So if you go straight there as the bird flies, you will see the little alcove in the mountain, and that is what we're heading towards. So just to give you reference, there we are on the map, we're nearly there. It is right in between 4 zones, so it's not really reachable directly by a fly point. You would have to fly to, like I said previously, Burning Steps or Searing Gorge, or somewhere around there that gives you access to Blackrock Mountain. Anyway, once you're there, go straight into the portal. Unfortunately, this scenario is not skippable, even on alts. So you have to do the full scenario every time you get your Legendary Cloak. So here we are in Blackwing Descent. First things first, kill everything you see. It does drop an experimental vial every now and again, which is a really nice buff, so I always put it on my bars. Watch the lift doesn't kill you. Killed me on a couple of alts before I figured it out. There's a dragon on the floor here. I have no idea what it's for. At no point does this come into it. He's just there dead on the floor, failed experiment. I assume it's something to do with Blackwing Descent, but it doesn't really affect the Legendary Cloak at all. He's just there. Piece of furniture. Maybe we sit on him. Anyway, now we look at Rathian, enjoying the view. Yeah, great view. Great view, Rathian. This is the enforced RP bit. Hey, there we go. Stage 2. Here we go. Let's kill some more mobs. If only it was that straightforward, but you actually have to click on Rathian to start stage 3. Just checking if the dragon does anything now. No, it does not do anything at any point. Right, now we can kill some mobs. Okay, so basically what you got to do is kill all the mobs to get to each room. It's initially blacked out until you kill the cultist. Once the cultist is dead, the black stuff goes away and you can go into each individual room, which has got a little mini boss in each one. So basically go in, round it all up, kill it off, and then you can head off towards the next room, which has got another mini boss in it. Unfortunately, there are a lot of mobs along the way, and this little bit does take time. It's not as long as the Uldum one, but it is slightly longer than the Vale one. If you like doing it, great. But this is my 11th alt, so I've done this a couple of times, and it gets pretty boring after you've done it too many times. Okay, so here we are with the dog mini boss. Kill him, and then we're on to stage 4, Curious Magic. We're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there. This is nearly the end of your Legendary Cloak questline. We've just got one more room to do, one more little mini room and mini boss, and then we should be at the final stage of this scenario. I have no idea why Blizzard have made this so long-winded, even for alts. Even with the skips, to get your alt, the Legendary Cloak, still, in my opinion, takes far too long. It is ridiculous. Thanks, Blizz. Why don't you sort it out now in the next expansion in Shadowlands? Thank you. Okay, let's go into this final little scenario. There's Vexiona flying up there. She is a raid boss in Nyalotha. So basically what you do is you kill the cultist here, who, once you've killed the cultist, release a dragon. The dragon, funnily enough, they were channeling. Kill the dragon. Then go over, kill the other cultist and the dragon, and then we're on to stage 8. Do not go this way because there's nothing up there. Go back out into the main room. See the lasers around the room? Each laser corresponds to one cultist. There are 4 cultists to kill. Ritualist. Kill each ritualist, which then will start the next part of the scenario. Again, nice little bit of RP. Thanks, Blizz. Skip that. Let's go and speak to Rathian, who unfortunately is down there. Good job I'm a demon hunter, so I can float down to him. Glad I'm not a slow class, like a DK. Now you know why I'm not on the DK for this bit. Okay, speak to Rathian. He does his magic. The lava turns to a nice lift. You go down, and there's some bones. Click on the bones. There we go. Destroy those bones. Stage 10, mind, of this little scenario. Click on the dragon scale, and Bob's your uncle is the final stage. The last little bit of RP. Puff in smoke. Jump on your purpley dragon, which takes you where you need to go. Which, of course, is the Chamber of Heart. Yes, it is, because that's where Rathian is. So, let's go speak to Rathian and complete this long quest line. Hand in the dragon scale to Rathian, who will then give you your Legendary Cloak. Finally, we are done. Now it's time to equip that Legendary Cloak and feel good about yourself. For me, that was the 11th time. That was not a good experience after 11 goes. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed the guide. Maybe see you for the next one in this series, getting back to 8.3.